Hi there, it's Jo here from Creative Empowerment with another pick a card reading, all about the new moon in Leo and the energies that are coming up for you at this time. So we're working with Leo energy, so we're still working with that bright, bold, active, creative, passionate heart energy of Leo. What should you be focusing on at this time? What do you want to move forward with? What is it that you want to put your energy into? And if it's heart-based, then that's perfect for this time. So this pick a card reading is going to be all about the energies affecting you at the time of the new moon. So we've got 4 piles in front of us. We've got the beautiful Herkimer Diamond, and all of the piles are really assorted today. They're really different. We've got the white banded agate. We have the beautiful piece of Tourmalated Quartz. And last but not least, a piece of clear quartz. So have a good look at the piles, see which one is calling you, see which particular crystal might be calling you. When you've made your choice about which pile or piles are calling you, jump straight to the description box or the comment box, and the timestamp will take you directly to your reading. If you like pick a card readings, please subscribe to my channel. So you might notice that all of the crystals today are all of a clear nature. There's a lot about bringing in clarity at the moment, which is a really, well, I believe it's a very deep energy that we're all working with. We're all purifying and bringing in clarity. Here is the Herkimer Diamond. If you picked pile 1, this is your reading. This is a real high energy that you have picked today. The Herkimer Diamond is a type of quartz. It's double terminated. It is very strong, and so those energies are some of the things that we're working on or that you're working with at the time of the new moon in Leo. It's about purity, solid light. It's a really powerful spiritual amplifier and bringer of spiritual energies. Here are the cards we're going to work with, and we have a lot of fire energy going on here. We have rebirth and bushfire. We have goanna, which is about self-preservation. So we're going to work with those sort of fire energies first, because Leo is the time. I have a lot of fire energy here, pile 1. And, Leo is a fire energy. It's all about courage and confidence, fun, generosity, creativity, passion, and like I said in the intro, it's about heart energy. So there's a lot of heart energy being stirred up at the time of this new moon for you. And it's about really wanting you to focus about where your energies are going. Because when there's a lot of passionate sort of energy coming up, you need to be able to make sure that you're focused with that energy. And so with the rebirth card here, as I'm feeling the sort of smoke is rising for you, that it's actually starting to clear, and that you're actually starting the growth period of the rebirth. You've been through the fire, and the ash and the dust is starting to create this newness for you, and you can see this sprouting, and I'm being drawn to that. So it's like all the embers are starting to die off, and if they haven't already, they will be. So we've only got a little bit of fire left, and it's this creative fire and this vision. That's what we're talking about in Leo time and the new moon. And self-preservation, goanna. And here we have a partnership where one partner's going one way and another partner is going in another way. Now, sometimes we can read partners going in different directions to be a negative thing. However, I don't feel this is. Both partners are moving towards something, and they're quite mirrored in their actions. So I feel like for this partnership, whatever is happening around the time of the Leo new moon for you, that this partnership is quite equally balanced, and if it has been unbalanced in the past, you are now starting to mirror each other. And I feel there's a real positivity happening around your relationships, whether that be a business partnership, a friend partnership, or a love partnership. There's definitely a change in the balance of the dynamics and the power sort of relationship. If it's always been equal, which I don't feel like that's the case. But if you've always been in an equal relationship, that's going to continue. You both head towards different things though at this time. So that's for some of you who have always been in an equal relationship. But I think for a lot of you, you've been through quite a combustible time with relationships, and there is a rebirth happening here in your relationships. So everybody won't read into this as a relationship, but I do feel like there's the two here, there's a two here. I feel like this is a relationship for quite a lot of you, and we are talking about heart energy in Leo time. So it's about deciding where to put your energies, and this is definitely saying that whatever it is you're working on, whatever sort of partnership, whatever sort of relationship you're working on, it's definitely a heart-based partnership. And I want to really come back to this Herkimer Diamond because it's strong. It's really multifaceted and really strong, able to bring in some really high spiritual frequencies. So I feel like there's a new level coming in for you around your relationship, and it's really like I can't talk fast enough. So please forgive me. So there's a lot of passion and excitement coming in for you around the time of this new moon. And then I'm being drawn to the gelatin wax and assertiveness. So this for me is like this bold Leo energy. It's like you have to assertively be who you are. There is no hiding in the shadows at the moment. You are being told to be bold and to be boldly you. And this is how this relationship is going to transform. It's going to transform and rebirth into something new when you put yourself first, when you're assertive and have your own needs met and make them a priority. And the fourth card here is space, lemon myrtle. And this, I just feel the air coming in with this. I feel like you are actually giving yourself some space. And I feel that the green around the lemon myrtle there's a lot of healing energy that's being wrapped around you from spirit at the moment. The card is all about space, but it's you allowing yourself to have the space. It's you feeling that you have enough worth to be able to take up space in the world, your family, the relationship, your workspace, whatever this is for you. That's the energies around this new moon time. So for you, there's some healing coming in there around this new moon time. And I'm going to bring in some more cards, and I'm going to move things around. This card in the center here at the top is kind of like the energies of this reading for you. Now, these are not my favorite deck. And I find that the imagery is a bit challenging for me, but I've got to get over that because this is the energy that wanted to come out and come through. So the word is unity, and there has been a struggle, and Boudica is the name of the goddess, who I don't know much about. However, what I feel is that you have been in a struggle in this relationship. I feel like you have been perhaps battling, and it's felt bigger than one person to you. You've probably been battling old demons is probably the feeling that I'm getting from this. You have been really under the onslaught, and probably most of it is to deal with your own experiences that you needed to go through. Perhaps your partner or this relationship has been bringing up things simply for you to deal with, for you to learn. And while we don't always love hearing those ways of being, I feel because you've picked such a high spiritually vibrational crystal, that you are definitely working through some very high spiritual messages and energies in your relationship. It's not a very mundane kind of stuff. You're really working through some very, very big, and I've got to come back to this card now, the Goanna card. I need to draw your attention to the vertebrae on the back, or the patterning on the back of both of the Goanna. And what I need to tell you about that is that you and your partner are either soulmates, loved ones, whatever word you want to call them, twin flames, whatever it is. But regardless of whether you're you feel like now your relationship's getting stronger or weaker, whichever, you're, even if this relationship's coming to an end, because for some of you, the moving in different directions may signify that. But what you need to know about it is that it's like it's written in the stars. Okay, that's the words that I just heard. It's written in the stars. And whatever energy that you're currently moving through with this, I feel for most of you it's a big transformation into a better relationship. But for some of you it may not be, it may be different. But you're going into unity because you're now starting to identify the reasons why you're together. Before, the triggers, the things that were triggering you in this relationship were perhaps, pissing you off, were putting your nose out of joint, were putting you into this self-preservation mode. And you do need to stay in your own, being aware of who you are and what you need from this relationship. But the more that you assert who you are and you know what it is that you expect and want, then you're actually going to move into unity together. So even though it feels like you're pushing this person and perhaps fighting with them and have been for maybe a long time, there's actually a very big change coming in for you. So this is a lot of heart-based energy. The hawk comes in to talk about omens and messages, but it also shows you that, there's a greater perspective here to be learnt about this relationship, and which is what we've been talking about already. And hawk flies effortlessly and can see like such a great long distance ahead. So while this situation that's happening now might feel pretty crappy to you, it's about knowing that this shake-up in this energy, this constant battle that you may have been through, was necessary to get you to where you're moving towards. This energy, this healing energy that's coming in for you is really beautiful. And you're going to need to move through this forgiveness. The forgiveness is of yourself and this person, this relationship that you are in. And perhaps you're going to need to look at the past a bit differently. There's a lot of green here, and there's a lot of clover, which is about luck. There's the symbology, which is about, again, there's a 2 there. And it feels a little bit like it's still imbalanced, and so I feel that's where the forgiveness needs to come in, because you want to bring this symbol here into more of a perfect balance, like the goannas. Forgiveness, when we're working with forgiveness, it can be quite challenging because we sometimes think we need to forgive so that we're a better person and all that crap. It's got nothing to do with that. Forgiveness is about forgiving so that you can let go of the energies that you've been holding on to. Forgiveness is all about you. It just happens to usually affect other people at the same time. There's a lot of relationship energies working for you around the time of this Leo full moon, and they're very much to do with your heart. For most of you, there's quite a positive message coming out of this. I'm not saying that all of the relationships that are viewing this video will all be moving towards a more positive relationship in general. But to me, whichever way it happens, you're moving in the right direction. And I feel that there's a lot of great messages in here about for you about Leo and being assertive and having your own space, looking after yourself, but knowing that ultimately that is what you need for a balanced relationship and to bring unity, and also to be able to see from multiple perspectives and on the horizon, not just in the mire of wherever you might be. My energy feels really clear about this reading for you. Like, it feels really quite light. My solar plexus is clearing as we've been from the start to the end. So I feel for you that this is a really good energy that you're moving into. If you've liked this video, please give this video a thumbs up. Thanks for watching today, and subscribe for more videos like this. Hi there, pile 2. If you picked the banded white agate today, then this pile is for you. This is a stone to help you bring clarity to mental situations, excess worrying, anxiety, things like that. It's about helping to clear those things away. And we're talking about the time of the new moon in Leo. So this is a time where we want to really sort of think about our creative, active part of ourselves, our, real passionate energies, real heart-based energies. So let's have a look at what these cards are talking about for you at the time of the Leo full moon, new moon. Moses is talking about taking charge of the situation. He's parting the Red Sea. So this is really asking you to take control at this moment. There's a lot of green here too, and we've also got Ocean, which is about drinking more water. And water is very cleansing, and we've got water in both of these images. So perhaps your emotions are really heightened at the time of this new moon. Perhaps you're a little bit stuck because there is a little bit of energy around here which is causing a bit of procrastination, and there's sort of like there's green lights, you're ready to move forward, and then the next thing you know, the brakes are on and you don't know what's happening. You're feeling very stuck. So the guides around you want you to know that it is time for you to take charge of the situation, whatever it is for you. It's time to take charge. But there's also this passive nature. Okay, so there's this golden colors here, so I feel quite solar plexus. So it's about also, and there's the lion or the cat energy coming in here too. And as like feline energy is very, very self-assured. It's very, cats have this way about them where they don't give a crap about how anybody thinks about them, and they'll take their time. So I feel for you that while you're to take charge of the situation, you're also to do it in your own sweet time. That's the words that I'm getting. And it's about cleansing and clearing your energy and doing it in your own time. Next, I'm being drawn to the two top cards. And like I told the last group, these are not my favourite cards, but these are the cards that wanted to come out today to talk to you all. And we've got Matt with Justice. We've got Authenticity and Baba Yaga. And so we've got some very strong sort of justice themes coming up, some authenticity. So I feel like for you that you perhaps are feeling stuck because it is you who has to step up. It is you who has to take charge of this situation. It's you that has to feel strong enough and centered enough to move forward. So that's why I think you've picked the banded agate, because there's been a lot of mental decision making, change of mind, all that sort of stuff. And it's kind of like you have to think about why you're doing this to be able to move forward, because if you're not doing this from the right energy or the right beliefs inside, if you're not really selective about what it is you want to do and why you're moving forward or taking charge of this situation, if you're not doing it authentically and you're not doing it from your own sense of justice, you're going to keep getting stalled. There's going to be roadblocks. You're going to feel stuck. And that is simply because you're being asked to really be authentic here, to really be selective about what it is that you need to move forward with, that you need to take charge about. So there's healing coming in for you, but I also feel that that's people around this situation. I'm not sure what the situation is. I'm not getting any other messages. But what I am getting the message here is that the healing is not just about you. The healing is, there are multiple people involved in this. Perhaps it's your family or a family or a group of friends. It's a small group. It's not a big collective group of people. It is a close member, close connections to you. And I feel that you taking charge of this situation will actually add to the healing effect of this. So you need to know that when you stand in your authenticity, when you come from the space of justice, when you come from your heart, and when you're very, very secure and self-confident or confident in yourself, that this is when you can step into this role. And we have Croea, which is about possibilities, and you can see that's that beautiful pink universal love coming in there with that beautiful Croea. And possibilities, this is explaining to you that there are more possibilities here than you understand. You don't have all of the information to move forward. You have to trust that when you take charge of the situation and when you do it from the right perspective, when you forget your sort of going over the anxiety and the worry in your head, and Croea is definitely about that too. Croea is a calming influence, and that's what that pink is all about. But the banded agate, you can see it goes around and around and around, and it's time to stop doing that, because you're the person that's going to help the healing take place. At the time of the new moon, we are looking to put things into place to set things going in a forward trajectory. We want to set intentions to bring in new energies. We want to work with the lunar cycles so that we can have the right intention for the next way ahead. And so the other energies that you need to know about at this time for you is that, again, we've got integrity. So, you're really being asked to make sure that so that this flows for you, you need to be in a place of authenticity, of integrity. This is connection to the angelic realm and spirit. And the eagle is a very good guide. So perhaps if you are feeling a little bit clouded in your decision making, call on eagle. Ask eagle to help guide you, help see the bigger picture, help you. You won't be able to see it all. You can see how this is cut off. There's a certain amount of trust that you have to do, but it doesn't mean that you can't ask for help here. And there is going to be disruption, but you are going to assist this process and bring in more possibilities for this situation than you can understand when you do it from the right kind of energies, when you're doing it from the right heart-based feeling. Bring in a couple more cards for you. One is beauty and the other one is moving forward. And we have an air card here too. So there is a lot of mental aspects to this reading for you today, pile 2. Pile 2 is all about you not getting stuck in your head, because Leo is about movement. Leo is about putting positive action, heart-based positive action. And when you believe in your own beauty and your own believe in your own self-worth, then you'll be able to take charge of the situation from an authentic position, and you'll be able to cut through. And there we've got the water again, and this arrow is piercing through the water. So that is such a great energy for you for the end of this reading. This is showing how if you are working with your own heart-based energy, you'll become clearer, you'll become crystal clear, which is another aspect of the banded agate, helping you become crystal clear, and you'll be able to carve your way through all the emotional content of this time for you. And as you see behind you, you're creating these beautiful possibilities, these wonderful new creations that you probably wouldn't or will not be able to see. I was going to say wouldn't be able to see, but there's no way you're going to be able to see how Spirit is going to work through you in this situation. A really interesting time for you coming up at the time of the new moon in Leo. Very, very interesting energies. A lot about you stepping into your own power, but doing it in such a wise, authentic way. Ask for lots of help. There is a lot of help here for you. Stay in your own heart. Stay true to yourself. And then you're going to move forward in the right direction. Thanks for joining me today. Hope you enjoyed your reading. Please give this reading a thumbs up if you did, and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. Hi pile 3, if you picked the beautiful Tourmalated Quartz, this is your pile. And this is about bringing balance. So you've got the white and the black, you've got yin and yang. So this is helping you bring energies into balance. And you also have, the first card is cleansing and black tourmaline. So there's a lot here for you about cleansing your space, cleansing your own energy as well as your crystals if you have them, which I feel you do because you've got the grandmother crystal diva. I feel like crystals are important to you. So I feel like you need to get all your crystals out and cleanse them. Your crystals are a part of you, and vice versa. So if your crystals are stagnating, or if they're collecting energies and drawing up, you know, all the crap from around your home or wherever they are, your office, whatever, or your handbag, they are, you know, they're getting full of toxic crap. And this is being collected in your own energetic field. This is very much out of balance, your crystal, the work that you're doing with crystals. And I feel that's a very heart-based thing for you. And we are working at the time of the Leo new moon, and that's all about working with heart-based energy. So if crystals are something that are really, really dear to your heart, then it's, yeah, I'm feeling so much lighter now, that I feel like you need to really overhaul how you're working with them. I feel like you may need a crystal teacher. So now we're going to go back here, now that we've kind of got that message out, because that message was really not coming through very clearly before. So we've got to work with the black tourmaline. You need to cleanse your energy, cleanse your space, cleanse your crystals, definitely. You need to work with some amber, and you need to work with the properties of amber. And this is all about your ancestral healing and your DNA. You're going to do some work around this, whether you know how to do that or whether you need to contact someone to work on your ancestral DNA. Every time I think about the amber for you, my head spins. So I don't know whether this is either so on the money that you won't believe it, or it's you don't understand how to work with this ancestral healing and your own DNA. And if that's the case, that's fine. You just need to find someone to help you. Balances emotions. So this is the amber. Balances emotions, eliminates fears, dissolves negative energy, and there is also going to be quite an aspect of working back through your past lineage, because there's a lot happening here about that. You also have grandmother crystal diva. So you have a lot of lineage stuff going on for you around the time of the Leo new moon. So what we want to do is we want to work with this energy so that you can lighten it up, clear it away, so that you can actually work through some more positive, balanced, harmonious energy, and get rid of whatever this is that's in your own DNA. You can message me if you want to know more about how to work with your DNA. I can work with you if you don't know how to do it, or if you don't know anyone else who can help you with your DNA. So come free. This here is talking about some new beginnings, which is great because we're at the time of the new moon, and so we're really talking about those new beginnings. See that lightness behind there, this golden light, and it's about sort of a new day, a new dawn. And so once you've worked through this, I feel like your energy is going to feel quite refreshed, quite balanced, and we've got quite a lot of pink coming in here. And this one is all about working with community, feeling bright, and heather is similar to clover. It's all about luck, and there's the beautiful druid community behind here. Again, it's a beautiful sunshiny day, blue sky. So like there's a lot of fresh light energy coming in here for you after you've done some work. And it feels like there's some work up here for you to do. And then primrose, and primrose is about beautiful light yellow energy coming in there too, which I feel really nicely. But it's about stoking the fires of creativity and actually moving on. And yes, I feel like when you've worked on this family sort of heredity, oh my goodness, I can't even say the words. When you work through the lineage stuff, you're going to move into a lot brighter, lighter space. We've got some more cards that I'm going to bring in for you now. We've got Sturt's Desert Rose, and that is all about courage. So I feel like that this is kind of a challenge for you, this energy that's coming in, but you can see that there's a lot of that pinky color coming in. So there's the heart-based healing, and you need strength. So, and these are two Leo qualities, courage and strength. They're very Leo. And so perhaps you needed to see this today to know that you do have these qualities, and you have them in spades, I'm being told, but you just perhaps you underestimate yourself. And I'm seeing here energy coming out of, flying out of the center of the flower. So I feel like perhaps you do doubt your self-worth, you do doubt whether you can do things, and you're not as sure of yourself as you probably portray to the rest of the world. I do feel like you're either a younger person, or you are moving into a space in time, or working with things that you're not as familiar with as you feel like. You probably are going to be very good at these things, but at the moment that you've got a lot to learn is what I'm being told. And there is a lot of heart-based healing coming in for you. So, take heart is the words that I'm being given to tell you, because it may feel pretty crap being you at the moment. You may need this balance, but there's going to be a lot of lightness coming in, but you definitely are in a period of restriction. This is the card that is what I was told in the very beginning. The last card was the whole. If you wanted to sum up the reading in one card, this is it, restriction. And there is a path there. It looks bright and clear. However, for you, at this point in time, so at the time of the new moon, you're being blocked on this path. And the blockage is not coming from you necessarily. It's not coming from anybody else either. There's just some work there is work you need to do, and you can't move forward until you've done the work. And sometimes we don't like hearing that, but to bring things into balance, this is what needs to be done. You need to bring these other things into balance so that you can move forward on your path, and you really will. And there's a lot of bright energy coming in. You need to have courage and strength. You need to know those things about yourself. You have many more qualities than you're giving yourself credit for. You may not have liked hearing me tell you that. You have a young energy. You're at the beginning of this process. You're not in the middle. You're not at the end. You're definitely at the beginning of it. And you do need help. You need some guidance up here. You may have these very, very wonderful gifts to work with, and you may be very gifted when it comes to crystals, or you may have a real affinity with them. But at the moment, you're being quite restricted from what you can access, because you need to work on this this ancestral healing, this work on your lineage, and then these things will start flicking around, and you'll be in this real positive, bright state where the healings that you'll go through will be a lot lighter. It'll be like the whole new dawn of a new day, and you'll also know how strong you are and how much courage you have. So these things for you, it's very heart-based. You're working on something you really, really love, and at the moment it's feeling quite blocked and stuck and stagnant. And there is a lot of that coming up for people at this time of the new moon. You need to be selective about what you're doing, and hopefully today this message is going to help you move the restriction, bring the restriction into balance. Like I said earlier, if you need some help with the DNA ancestral healing, Please let me know in the comments, and I can point you in the right direction if you don't know how to do that, or if you don't have any contacts that do. Sorry about that light moving around there. I hope you've enjoyed this reading today. If you have, please give it a thumbs up. Please share with family and friends, and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. My pile 4, if you picked the clear quartz point, this is your reading. And I feel that you've been drawn to the clear quartz because your energy is quite scattered at the moment, and you really need to focus. And around the time of the new moon is a great time to bring all of your energies into a real focused position, so that you can work with the new lunar phase. So if you haven't got a clear quartz, you may want to get a little one even like this to work with it for this period of time. So we're talking about the Leo new moon, and that's all about passion, heart energy, creativity, being bold, being bright, really focusing and being selective on what it is you need to work on. And like I said, when I was shuffling the cards for you, my mind just kept wandering and going all over the place. I had to keep bringing my mind back, and then I realized that that was your energy that I was picking up on. So I'm being drawn to these 2 cards here firstly, and the first card is chopped wood, and I feel like you are feeling that your life is a little bit mundane at the moment. I'm going to bring it in a little bit closer so you can see it. That, you're feeling a little bit let down and frustrated, and, very, very understandable at this period in the world and at this time, that you may be feeling quite restricted. You might feel like I feel like you're feeling that your life is really dull. There's no joy in it. It's very bland and mundane, like this image. However, if you look at this image, it shows you that there is brightness behind you, and it's kind of like you're not seeing it because you're only viewing things from one perspective. You're only looking through the doorways into your own house, so that's looking at yourself. Whereas behind you, look at all the light that is shining down and showing you the endless possibilities at the moment. But you are feeling very much in this wounded human ego, and you're very much blowing raspberries at the world, saying, well, I am going to take my bat and my ball and I'm going home because I don't quite like life at the moment. Life feels pretty crap and I'm not enjoying it. And, like I said before, at this time in the world, it's really understandable why you're feeling those feelings. However, what you need to understand is that sometimes when we're being scattered, when our energies are not focused on a task, on the future, or on the present, whatever, we can sometimes miss opportunities and miss things that are coming to us, especially if we've got this frame of mind happening and we're not seeing the bigger picture. And that's this message in a bottle card came in very strongly for you. It came out once, it sort of flew out, and I had only just started shuffling, and I put it back and I went, no, let's start again. And it came out again. So this card for you is, inside the bottle is a telephone. So it's letting you know that someone is sending you a message. Someone is sending you a bright, cheery, fun message, one that will help you get a bigger picture about what's happening in your life at the moment, as well as bringing in some fun, some lightness, and happy. There's someone dancing on the top of an egg. I love the symbolism of the egg because it's like what's inside the egg, what's going to be given birth, something's coming, and then there's the keyhole, and it's you have the key to unlock this happiness, bring more joy into your life. So there's quite a lot of happy energy coming in here. Some blue, which is about communication, and I feel that's communication from spirit, definitely. We have the death card, which is for you bringing to end a phase in your life. Very, very much. This death card can mean all sorts of things, but for you, this is exactly what it means today. You need to shut the door on how you've been viewing the world, how you've been seeing things as mundane, being this wounded human child, your inner child. It's about closing the door on that. There's not much else I can say. That it's kind of like they're only telling me one way. It's a simple message. You are closing the door on this passage of time. There is an element of you needing to feel protected at this time, and bringing in a balance. So that the symbol here to me is showing you that you need to have balance in your life around how you're feeling, protection. And again, that card is very much about the energies that we're in at the moment. So we're going to bring in some new cards to get some more information. And we have Southern Cross. We have Southern Cross and Pathfinder. And then we have Waterfall and Release. Now, as I was talking about before, there's definitely this mundane aspect of your life and very much the wounded human ego, but this is symbolizing that you're actually finding your path, that you're starting to look at more of a higher version of who you are and where you're going, and you're also releasing and letting the past go, which is this phase here. You're letting go of that, and there may be some tears involved in that because there is a waterfall and a release. You know, water is very cleansing. There is a lot of water here. So there could definitely be quite a lot of tears over this, but there is this wonderful spirit energy coming in to talk to you about, you know, a message that's coming in for you. You are closing the door to something. You are letting something go. But there is some sort of wonderful message coming in for you. We are bringing in some more energies as well to clarify where we are. Now, I know the cards are not the right way around. There are times when those cards want to give certain messages and they're the way they explain to me they want to go. So Grand Tourmaline, this is about healing and very much heart-based healing, and Leo New Moon is all about your heart energy, and you're feeling quite wounded at the moment, so there is a lot of rejuvenation and heart-based energy coming in for you, and new growth, big time new growth coming in for you. The one up over that side, which is talking about the sacred ceremony and celebration, that's very much you feeling like your world might be feeling a little bit on its side. You're not quite happy with how everything's going at the moment. Sometimes we need to be put in situations that we don't particularly like so that we can make great strides forward in our life. And when we understand that, we can actually move forward a lot quicker. We can get the message that's in the bottle and start feeling happier. And I'm not saying that it's a magic pill. You don't, just go from feeling crap one day to feeling awesome the next day, dancing and with balloons and things like that. You can, don't get me wrong, but for a lot of us, when we've got this goblin energy hanging around us, we're definitely feeling very hard done by. When we feel like we're just chopping wood every day, we are definitely feeling really sorry for ourselves. So that our world definitely doesn't feel like we're in a great place. But you are moving through a death, and a death brings new life. So while you may be a little bit frightened of that idea, if you think about it as closing one door and opening another, where you're much more protected, where you actually know where you're going, where you're going to through some wonderful healing, and you're going to release the past, and then you're really going to move into this feeling of celebration. You're really going to have a lighter, brighter horizon coming out for you, and you'll really be moving into these spaces where you actually understand this message that's coming to you. You will see the joy in it, see the brightness in it, and see that sort of happiness, and that is really coming in for you. So if you use these messages from Spirit and use the energies of the lunar cycle, so the Leo new moon, if you focus and set intentions about letting go of the old, about understanding that where you are is simply a perspective or your way of seeing it, and let's see if you can look differently, see if you can see the gifts that are hidden to you at the moment but are definitely there. So see if you can see those things and set some intentions about moving into a brighter, happier way of being when you allow yourself to let go some of your old ways of thinking about things. Let those old things go, and you will certainly find a brighter, healthier, and more aligned way of being in the world at this time. This message for you is one of, you're not really happy where you are. And and we all go through phases like that. There are ways of moving through this energy, and sometimes it's simply by understanding and getting a different perspective. Hopefully this reading was able to give you that. Please give this reading a thumbs up if you got value out of it. Subscribe to my channel for more videos like this.